a short story. An owner of a company at year-end review, looking at the data, realized, I am accountable for the failure and the success of my business. I'm accountable for also the development of my people. So at year-end review, looking at his people's evaluation, realized there is something missing. They could do better, so therefore the company could do better. So days went by, and then one morning, everybody came to work, and there was a big sign in the lobby that says this: the person who hindered you, your advances, and your ambitions to succeed in the company passed away yesterday. Condolences will be offered tomorrow. So you could imagine, you're walking into work, you see this sign, and you read this, and you tell yourself, first of all, this must have been a very important person for the owner of the company to put this sign in the middle of the lobby. Secondly, how horrible of that individual who passed away to hinder my advances and my successes. And who was that person? So the next morning, they come in, and he is greeting them. And he said, I have the coffin, the owner of the company, he said, I have the coffin in a private room, but you enter individually, privately, you give your condolences, and you exit. Lining up, they're anxious to see who was that person who was hindering their ambitions. Every person that walks in, they look in the coffin, and then this horror look on their face, and the shock in their face, and the disappointment, all in one. And then they walk away with their head down. Who was it? What? Not a word. Who guesses what was in? Okay, everybody knows. Okay. So there was a mirror and there was a note. What did the note say? So you got one word right. The only one who hinders your ambition, development, success is you. What he is telling them is that if you believe, and Mrs. Aziz has mentioned that 3 times in her presentation, is half belief and half passion. If you believe, there are no limitations here. Sky's the limit. So open up to imagination. So this is not new to us. We read this probably, I don't know, let's say on average once a year, if you open up the Quran once a year, right? But we read this often. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُوا مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of the people until they change what is in themselves. And we know that. The question is, why don't we do that? Why don't we evolve from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset? And there is no age limit on it. You hear a lot of folks say, oh, been there, done that, man, let the young kids. There is no age limit because you are a walking role model to these young adults. And we have heard it with Cafe from the young adults. My parents did not do that. My grandparents did not do that. Why should I? Something to think about.